here on the side, okay, we'll start with this side, essentially is you can track your focus, you can track how calm you are, how much tension you have, how much activity you do, and finally how many calories you burn. Now this device was designed by a Stanford PhD, which we'll discuss another time. Okay, this wasn't my friend, the Stanford PhD, who I haven't heard from in forever, but that's a different question for a different time. What this device essentially does is it tracks your breathing pattern and your heart rate throughout the day, as well as how many steps you take. So we're going to open it up, and it's a very beautiful looking device. It has a charger there where you're able to just set the device on there. That's the actual device itself, which you can wear, of course, on your bra if you're a girl or a transvestite or somebody who just likes to wear bras. Or you can wear it on your pants, and it needs to be in contact with your body. It's compatible with the iPhone and the iPad. Okay. Now, essentially, as we open up the SPIRE container, you'll see that it comes with a USB charger, but I have a USB cable for the charger. Now, you can plug it into the wall or into your computer. Now, I, of course, have an army of USB cables. USB Type A, Type B, male, female connectors, A, Type 1, Type 2, all these things. Literally an army. They carry little miniature USB rifles around and protect my computer at all times. Army of USB cables. Yeah, that's me. So as we pull it out, here's the device itself. Okay, it's quite fun. It has a soft exterior. It has some little teeth you'll see on there if you look closely within there, so that it doesn't pull off of your pants or, of course, your bra. Yes, no matter how old we get, guys, we think bra jokes, fart jokes, penis jokes are quite funny. And yes, that is safe for work. Those are all words that you can use at work. We'll do a George Carlin, words you can use. The FCC says you cannot say at some point. So I plug it into the USB charger. Okay, here's my USB cable. Okay, right here. And voila. Now it also has an external adapter, okay, as well. Another USB port right there, which I haven't tested yet, and we're not going to use that in this video. So then I take the USB, the SPIRE itself, and I place it on there. And you'll see a blinky blink light, which we love blinky blinks, and it will vibrate as soon as you place it in contact with it. So there's the blinky blink. Now we have to pair it with the cell phone. Okay, now one of the things I'm going to point out to you is I'm going to pause this at some point, and we're actually going to bring up the recording of downloading of the SPIRE application itself. So I'm going to pause it right now, and we're going to move to the Reflector app, which actually shows my iPhone itself. The SPIRE. Now essentially, I've launched my iPhone. It's an iPhone 6. And we go to the website, www.spire.io/app. Now, you'll notice from this, as we're recording, that you cannot download this from the App Store because this is a beta. So we're going to install it, okay? And we're going to double-click and go to the home screen, and you'll see it's installing. Now, you're going to notice some interesting screens you may not be familiar with as this is installing. One of the screens is going to be a trust profile. Now, this application that I'm downloading from the website, I've checked to see that the certificate is valid and gone to the website from my laptop to make sure that I'm actually hitting the appropriate website and no man in the middle or software, basically malicious software person is giving me bad software that's installing on my phone. That is an issue. Now, it's still installing as you'll see, and once it's done, we'll launch it. Now, then we're going to have to pair the SPIRE to it. So even before we do so, I'm going to enable Bluetooth so you know it's enabled. And then we're going to launch the SPIRE itself. Now it asks if you trust it. I do know the developer, so I am trusting it. I do not advise that you do this necessarily. You'll notice it's going to be a health kit's going to open up, and I'm going to have my respiratory rate in here. I'm going to allow it to read and write data, and I select Done, and then I'm basically going to log in. I'll essentially put in my login data, and then we're going to turn on notifications, okay, and we're going to check the settings here. So now we check the settings. Let's pair. We're going to go to pairing. That's the one we want to pair to. It's buzzing and blinking. We click proceed, and now we're connected. Okay. Now you'll see in here, okay, it's still charging right now. You can say if you lost your SPIRE, you can go to there. That's not enabled. Let's see. Notifications. I have my notifications enabled. I have my email. Okay, and there's usually some other settings in here. I essentially had to set my gender, my height, and my weight, and then I had to set my goals for the day, or my daily goals. So if you go to home, here's the get cracking, all these things you can do. Here's what I've done so far. I've taken 2 steps, apparently. Go and live your life and check back soon, you know. But basically, the settings in here, it should say my profile. Here it is. Okay, it's got my height and weight and my date of birth and then my gender in there. That's essentially it. So, that's essentially how you set the SPIRE up. Now we're going to go back to our video and we're going to actually combine these two and we'll see what happens. We'll check back later and I'll give you guys the actual results of this.